Welcome to Ask a Therapist, a show where qualified therapists stop by to answer all your questions. We got a question from Margaret. She says, why do I tend to run away from people when I notice them starting to like me and cling to those ignoring me? Oh, Margaret, so many people battle this.
Yes.
First and foremost, you're not alone. This is more it's more common, right, than we like to believe. I feel like I've done that so many times. My goodness. Yeah. 100%. Oh my God, yes. Currently doing it now to some extent.
Wow.
I don't know. Okay, Daisy, you go first as I so I can hear whether me and Margaret are in the same WhatsApp group.
Yeah. So it is very possible for people to behave in that way.
Yeah.
Especially because of their attachment styles. She could be anxiously attached.
Yeah.
And so she's afraid of vulnerability in the relationship. And so it's easier for her to run away whenever it's getting too clingy, even though she desires it. She
Yeah.
has to run away. Sometimes it could be her getting attached to people who actually ignore her because of that attachment style. So it is usually something that happens.
Girl.
Yeah.
I definitely feel it. And I think there was something I read that changed my mindset around my attachment style. Because sometimes we change, we focus on how can I change my attachment style, right? I think for me, what was great is understanding where it came from, like so that I could like soothe myself out of it when I'm kind of spiraling or running away from something that deep down I want, you know? But also it's sometimes people say because you're anxiously attached, you seek out those who ignore you,
Yes.
right? That's who you're attracted to. And so this person said, don't change who you're attracted to, you know? But like work on understanding your attachment because you're attracted to what you're attracted to, and it might take you a long time to start like changing that entire thing. Or you go in and you start trying to change this person. You know what I mean? So he was basically saying,
Yeah.
understand where your attachment style is coming from, and you do the work on you, right? Because what is difficult and maybe more long term is to change who you're attracted to. That can come much later. First, it's like, where did I learn this? What happened in childhood? And once I started doing that, I catch myself because I would in a relationship do this thing where I'm just like accusing the other person of doing everything I'm doing, right? Like you're running away. You're not communicating your feelings. And it's me who's like, oh, this is too real. See ya. And so I don't know if that makes sense. Like because I was just like, why do I keep being attracted to this type of person? And when I stopped trying to fight the attraction and looked more inside, I am so much calmer. So much calmer in relationships. So much calmer. Yeah.
Because actually some people say that they are anxiously attached or insecurely attached in general, but do not do anything about it. So the patterns continue, but they have a reason for it.
Yeah.
Anxiously attached.
Yeah.
But it is possible to change that. It's actually possible. It's actually possible for you to be in control of your attachment style. Learning the triggers, learning where it came from, and actually being intentional. So, for example, for the anxiously attached, it is possible for you to learn how to navigate the anxiety on your own. Sitting with the anxiety and learning how to navigate it so that you're not depending on your partner to reassure you. You can learn how to reassure yourself and be more confident in yourself and tell yourself things like, I'm worthy of love. This person, he chose me because they want to be in a relationship with me. Only in cases where you see that the relationship is healthy, but your anxiety is what is causing the distance.
Yeah. I completely agree with you. And sometimes I love that you've added that caveat of like, if the relationship is healthy, because sometimes you think you have an anxious attachment style, but you're just in the wrong environment. It's your environment that's
the
like you come out and you're like, hang on, pretty secure.
Yeah.
So if the environment is healthy, but I think another thing that helped me is really having tangible things that I like in relationships. You know what I mean? And like, this makes me feel good, and stop doubting that. Like now when you start feeling like I'm a very handsy person, I'm like super lovey-dovey. I'm like, you have an interview. Oh yes, 100%. You have an interview tomorrow. I've messaged you and like wishing you well and all of these things. Before I'd be like, oh no, I can't do that. It's a bit too much. No. And I'm like, I do it because I like that. And then being clear about how do I want to be treated in the relationship, you know? And understanding how this person communicates love and translating that to my anxious brain of like, he communicates it like this. That's what this means. Like, he's told you this. So this thought that's coming in right now that's anxious, catch it, because it's not true. Like, it's lying to you, you know?
Wow.
And it's a lot of work. But Margaret, you can do it. I believe in you, sister.
Have you tried it? How is it to actually? Yeah.
It's so much calmer. My mind is so much calmer.
Wow.
I call it catching the thoughts.
Yeah.
When my thought comes, that's anxious. Like I know when an anxious spiral is coming. The thought comes, I quickly interrogate it. I'm like, wait, show me evidence for what it is you're telling me, please.
Exactly.
Evidence, tas. Show your evidence. And then most of the times I'm like, this is ridiculous. This makes no sense. But I've also changed my tone because I know it's like from things I experienced. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I get it.
Yeah.
But this is not like that. Like this is not true.
Yeah.
Like relax. It's fine. I also keep like a memory bank of all the really affirming things my partner does. Wow. So I'm always like, come on, like, do you remember, like, and sometimes it's something that happened that they did like 2 weeks ago. But this anxious thought is already like, that it's been 2 weeks. That doesn't matter. It's expired. So now I'm like, do you remember that? Didn't it feel so good? Would someone who doesn't like you do that? Can we just like calm down? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With what do you professionals call it? Self-compassion. That has been something for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Because there is nothing wrong with you.
Yeah.
Being anxiously attached does not mean that there is something wrong with you.
Yeah.
It's possible to work it through.
Yeah. Margaret, you have a bright future.
Yeah.
That's all for this episode. If you have a question to ask a therapist, please drop it in our question form. A link to it is in the show notes. Catch you next week for the next episode of Ask a Therapist.